Hello students, you learnt about the compound water in the previous video. In this particular video, you'll be learning about an element and that is hydrogen. We are talking about the first element. When we say first element, we mean the first element of the periodic table. You have already learnt about hydrogen in the previous class. You'll be learning again few more aspects and the same aspects what you learnt in the previous year in this particular video. We will learn the position of hydrogen in the periodic table. This is actually what you didn't learn in the previous year. When we discuss about the chapter periodic table, we'll be again learning this. We will recall it once again. But for this particular chapter, try and understand few aspects of the modern periodic table. Let us refresh our memory with the aspects which we already know of the modern periodic table. We already know that in the modern periodic table, the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. When we say increasing order of their atomic number, we have hydrogen with atomic number 1, helium with atomic number 2, lithium with atomic number 3, beryllium with atomic number 4, boron with atomic number 5, carbon with atomic number 6, and it goes on like that. So, in the modern periodic table, the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. Then these elements are placed in 7 horizontal rows. These 7 horizontal rows are called as periods. Now see, this is the first row, this is the second row. So we mean the first period. First period consists of the element hydrogen and helium. Second period consists of the element lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. Like this, they are placed in 7 horizontal rows called periods and 18 vertical columns. Now see, we have 1, this is a vertical column, 2, this is also a vertical column, like this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 vertical columns, and we call these 18 vertical columns as groups. So whenever I say periods, associate with horizontal rows. Whenever I say groups, associate with vertical columns. Now the first group, as you can see, is commonly called as alkali metals. Now they are called as alkali metals because they are alkaline in nature and they are metals. Now the 17th group is commonly called as halogens. Now they are known as halogens because halo means salt, gen means producer. They produce salts. When do they produce salts? When they react with metals. Take for example chlorine, which is in group 17. When chlorine reacts with the metal like sodium, it forms a salt, sodium chloride. Now we'll see the position of hydrogen. You can see here very clearly, hydrogen is placed in alkali metals above lithium and in halogens above fluorine. So it is in alkali metals and also in halogens. So it has two places in the modern periodic table. So why has it got two places in the modern periodic table is what we will be studying in a little more detailed way. Now when we talk about the position of hydrogen in the periodic table, we already know that the atomic number of hydrogen is 1 and hence the number of valence electrons will also be 1. It's the first element of the periodic table. It is placed in group 1 and period 1. That we did see in the first slide where we saw the periodic table. Now we know that hydrogen has a dual nature. Dual nature is two characters because it is placed in two positions in the periodic table. We already know about the two position. It is placed in alkali metals in group 1 and also in halogens, that is group 17. Now why this dual nature? The dual nature of hydrogen is because it has a simple electronic configuration 1 and hence it loses one electron, behaving like electropositive alkali metals of group 1. For example, you can see we have the alkali metals lithium here, which is losing one electron to become electropositive, that is Li1 plus. Sodium losing one electron to become sodium Na1 plus. In the similar way, hydrogen resembles the alkali metals, that is lithium and sodium, and it also loses one electron and becomes H1 plus. It gains one electron like halogens, which are electronegative. So it behaves like halogens by gaining one electron. We'll see some examples for the same. We have fluorine halogen, which is gaining one electron to become F1 minus, chlorine, which is again gaining one electron to become Cl1 minus. In the similar way, hydrogen is also gaining one electron to become H1 minus. That means hydrogen in most of the reaction loses one electron and it becomes electropositive. But in few reactions it gains one electron and it becomes electronegative like halogens. So now we can say hydrogen shows similarities with alkali metals of group 1 and that of halogens of group 17, and hence it is placed above lithium in group 1 and above fluorine in group 17. So its dual nature is one behaving like electropositive alkali metals, the second behaving like electronegative halogens, and hence it is placed in both the groups alkali metals and halogens, that is group 1 and group 17 respectively. We'll see the similarity of hydrogen with alkali metals now. We have few parameters based on which we'll be learning the similarity of hydrogen with the alkali metals. Now when we talk about the electronic configuration, hydrogen has one valence electron. So the electronic configuration of hydrogen is similar to that of lithium, sodium and potassium of alkali metals. You can see that in all of these we have one valence electron. So in this aspect, having one valence electron, hydrogen is similar to that of alkali metals. And then with respect to the ion formation, now hydrogen forms electropositive ion, and this electropositive nature of hydrogen is similar to that of alkali metals like lithium and sodium. Lithium loses one electron to become electropositive Li1 plus. Sodium also loses one electron to become electropositive Na1 plus. So hydrogen is also losing one electron to become H1 plus. So it is similar to the alkali metals in having electropositive character. Coming to the valency, the electrovalency of 1 is exhibited by hydrogen, which is similar to that of alkali metals. You can see here all with valency 1, positive valency. That is why we say electrovalency. Valency 1 with being electropositive is electrovalency of 1. Now we have the reactions. Just like alkali metals, hydrogen has a strong affinity for nonmetals. Hydrogen forms water when it reacts with nonmetal oxygen. H2S, that is hydrogen sulfide, when it reacts with sulfur, the nonmetal, and it becomes HCl when it reacts with the nonmetal chlorine. Similarly, sodium forms sodium oxide when it reacts with the nonmetal oxygen, sodium sulfide when it reacts with the nonmetal sulfur, and sodium chloride when it reacts with the nonmetal chlorine. And coming to the reducing agent, like the alkali metals which act as reducing agent, hydrogen also acts as a reducing agent. It reduces the metallic oxide to respective metals. Here we have copper oxide is reduced to copper by hydrogen. Similarly, alkali metal sodium also reduces the metallic oxide to metals. That is why here we have sodium reducing copper to oxide to copper. So it behaves like alkali metals and acts as a reducing agent. So these are some of the parameters which are similar to that of alkali metals and hydrogen. Learn them well. Now hydrogen has similarity with halogens. Now how is it similar to halogens? We will study. The electronic configuration of hydrogen is similar to that of halogens. It has one electron less than the nearest noble gas. We have this with the examples: hydrogen with electronic configuration 1, helium with 2. So it has one electron less than the nearest noble gas, helium. Similarly, halogen like fluorine has 2 and 7 as a valence electron, and neon 2 and 8, which is the nearest noble gas. So fluorine has 1 electron less than neon, chlorine 287, argon 288. That means chlorine has 1 electron less than the nearest noble gas, argon. When we talk about ion formation, hydrogen, just like halogen, is electronegative in nature. We'll have some examples here. We know that hydrogen, when it accepts one electron, it becomes H1 minus, which is electronegative. Just like halogen fluorine, which accepts and becomes F1 minus, chlorine, which accepts one electron and becomes Cl1 minus. When we talk about valency, electrovalency and covalency both are exhibited by halogens. Similarly, hydrogen also exhibits electrovalency and covalency. When hydrogen reacts with metals, it forms electrovalent compounds. When it reacts with other nonmetals, it forms covalent compounds. We have example here. When hydrogen reacts with metal like sodium, it forms sodium hydride, which is electrovalent. When hydrogen reacts with the other nonmetal carbon, it forms CH4, that is methane, which is a covalent compound. Even halogens, we'll take the example of chlorine. It also forms electrovalent and covalent compounds. It forms electrovalent compound when it reacts with metals, and it forms covalent compounds when it reacts with other nonmetals. Here we have chlorine reacting with the metal sodium and forms the compound sodium chloride, which is electrovalent. Chlorine reacting with the nonmetal carbon, forming carbon tetrachloride, which is covalent in nature. We know atomicity is nothing but the number of atoms present in one molecule of an element. When we say diatomic molecule, that means it has two atoms in the molecule of the element. And these two atoms, if they are linked by a single covalent bond, then we call this as a diatomic molecule with a single covalent bond. We have hydrogen here, which forms a diatomic molecule and it is linked by a single covalent bond. Now you can see hydrogen with valence electron 1, the other hydrogen atom also with valence electron 1. It has only one electron, it cannot give that one electron to the other hydrogen atom, then it will cease to exist as atom, hence it shares one pair of electron. Now this sharing of one pair of electron is a single covalent bond, and it forms a diatomic molecule H2. Similar to halogens, we have here chlorine, which has 7 valence electron, and it is getting bonded with another chlorine atom. Here this has 7, that has 7. So neither of them can give nor accept. So they both share one pair of electrons, and hence Chlorine is bonded with another chlorine atom by a single covalent bond, and hence it forms a diatomic molecule Cl2. So hydrogen, just like halogens, are or is a diatomic molecule.